What's up, guys? Welcome back to Almost Functional. Here, jumping into the Sisters of Battle, getting ready to try to knock out their index here. Uh, got four more to do after this. Trying to get them all done tonight, so I can get into the G team pack and stuff tomorrow. So we'll jump right into it. So their army rule is Acts of Faith, gaining miracle dice. So it's what they always had. So let's see how it's different now. You gain one miracle dice at the start of each turn, and each time one of your units is destroyed. Each time you gain a miracle dice, roll 1d6. The number you roll is the value of that miracle dice. This value cannot be changed or re-rolled unless a rule specifically states otherwise. Keep your miracle dice to one side. This is your miracle dice pool. That seems pretty much the same. Then, before making a dice roll for a model or unit from your army with the Acts of Faith ability, if you have one or more dice in your miracle dice pool, that unit can perform an act of faith. If it does, select one of the dice from your miracle dice pool to substitute that dice roll. If a roll involves more than one dice, e.g. a charge roll or battle shock test, only a single dice can be substituted. The dice that is being substituted is not rolled. Instead, the value of the selected miracle dice is used as if it had been rolled. This counts as an unmodified dice roll of that value for all rules purposes. Each miracle dice can only be selected for substitution once. Once all miracle dice substitutions have been made, remove the chosen miracle dice from your miracle dice pool and roll all remaining unsubstituted dice that are part of the dice roll. You can use miracle dice when a unit performs an act of faith for any of the following types of dice rolls: advance roll, battle shock, charge, damage, hit, saving throw, wound. Alright, so, and then their detachment rule is the Blood of Martyrs. Each time an Adeptus Sororitas model from your army makes an attack, add one to the hit roll if that model's unit is below its starting strength, and add one to the wound roll as well if that model's unit is below half strength. For the starting single unit models, for the purpose of the ability, unit with the starting strength of 1 is going to be below starting strength while it's lost one or more wounds. And then once it's below half its wounds, it'll be below half strength. So that's nice. It's army-wide buff. You gotta start taking some damage, but basically your army is gonna get stronger as the game goes. So late game, you should be probably getting buffs on a lot of your units. And if you're not, then that means they haven't taken any damage, and well, that's not a horrible thing either. And then we get their stratagems. We have Divine Intervention, which is any phase. One of your characters that was just destroyed, you can use this stratagem even though they're destroyed. Discard 1 to 3 miracle dice. At the end of the phase, set the last destroyed model from your unit back up on the battlefield as close as possible to where it's destroyed and not within engagement range of any enemy models. That model is set back up with the number of wounds remaining equal to the number of miracle dice you discarded. So you can give them between 1 and 3 wounds. Set the last destroyed model from your unit. So I'm guessing there might be some character units with multiple models in them. Otherwise, that doesn't really make sense, because I don't think a unit that has just a regular character attached to it counts as a character unit. But I could be wrong about that. You cannot select St. Celestine as a target of this stratagem, and you can't use it on the same character more than once per battle. Then we have Light of the Emperor, which is your command phase. One unit from your army that's below starting strength. Once again, if they're a unit of 1, if they lost any wounds, they're below hard starting strength. Till the end of the turn, your unit can ignore any or all modifiers to its characteristics and or to any roll or test made for it, excluding saves. Alright, that's really nice. We keep seeing that pop up in most indexes in at least some form. Ignoring modifiers and the characteristics and rolls is great. That's battle shock, charges, any shooting, hitting, damage. So I'm assuming your unit. So I'm guessing, but I'm not sure. Would this work against -1 damage? Because it's modifying your damage characteristic, and you can't have your characteristics modified. If that's how that works, that's really nice. Then we get Holy Rage, which is in the fight phase. One Sisters unit from your army that has not been selected to fight yet, they get +1 to wound. Then we got Spirit of the Martyr. Fight phase just after an enemy unit selects its targets. One unit from your army that was one of the targets. Each time your unit is destroyed, this gives you fight on death. Then we have Rejoice the Fallen. Your opponent's shooting phase just after an enemy unit has resolved its attacks. One unit from your army that had one or more models destroyed. Let's target. Alright, so you can shoot back at the enemy unit that shot you if you lose a model. Suffering and Sacrifice, fight phase, start of the fight phase. One infantry or walker. Until end of the phase, each time enemy model with an engagement range unit selects targets, it must select your unit as the target of its attacks. Alright, so if they're in combat with multiple units, you can, if you have a unit you don't want to take damage, you can sacrifice the other one. That's a cool strat. Then we get into the enhancements. We have Saintly Example, which is Sisters model only. When the bear is destroyed, gain D3 additional miracle dice. Alright, that's nice. Blane of Saint Eleanor. Add 1 to the attack, strength, damage characteristics of the bear's melee weapons. As if the bear has lost 1 or more wounds, add 2 to attack, strength, and damage. That's going to be nice on a combat character. Then Litanies of Faith. Sisters model only. At the end of your command phase, if the bear is on the battlefield, you can reroll 1 miracle dice from your pool and return it to your pool with the new result you rolled. When doing so, if the bear has lost 1 or more wounds or is leading a unit that is full of strength, you can reroll up to 3 miracle dice in this way instead. Alright, so that just lets you get rid of the miracle dice you don't want and hopefully try to get them for better stuff. Then we have the Mantle of Ophelia. Canonist or Palentine only. Each time attack is allocated to the bearer, change the damage characteristic to that attack to 1. That's nice, but it only affects them, so if they're in a unit, the unit has to be destroyed or they have to get hit by a sniper to get that. Then we roll into the data sheets to give us Morven Vol first. T6, 8 wounds, 2 up save, OC2. Has Fidelis, which is sustained hits 1, 3 attacks, strength 6, neg 1, 2 damage. Paragon Missile Launcher has two. Why is my brain not working? 2 stat lines, 2 versions. I don't know. The first one's called Prioris. 2 attacks, strength 9, neg 2, d6 damage. Then Sanctorum is Blast, 2d6, strength 4, 1 damage. Then the Lance of Illumination has a strike and a sweep. Strike is devastating wounds. 5 attacks, strength 8, neg 2, 3 damage. And then sweep is 10 attacks, strength 5, neg 1, 1 damage. Very decent profiles. Then we got Abbess Sanctorum. While this model is leading a unit, each time a model in that unit makes an attack, you can reroll the hit roll and you can reroll the wound roll. So she gave whatever unit she leads full rerolls to hit and full rerolls to wound. That is awesome. Then Righteous Repugnance. Once per battle in your command phase, this model can use this ability. If it does, until the start of your next command phase, add 3 to the attacks characteristics of Fidelis and the Lance of Illumination. So yeah, once per turn, you can make this 6 attacks and make this either 8 attacks or 13 attacks. Because with a sweep right now, it doesn't say sweep, you have 5 attacks, sweep doubles them. So this doesn't become 16, it just becomes 13. And she can lead Paragon Warsuits. Next up we have your Canonist, which is T3, 4 wounds. Just has a generic bolt pistol, and then has a Brazier of Holy Fire. Ignore cover, 1-shot torrent. D6 shots, strength 6, neg 1, 2 damage. It's only 1 shot. I'm never a fan of 1-shot weapons, especially with a random number of shots. Then Condemner Bolt Gun is Anti-Psyker 2, Devastating Wounds, Precision, Rapid Fire 1. 1 attack, Strength 4, 1 damage. Inferno Pistol is just a 6-inch Schmelta, but it's only Strength 8 and only does D3. Then just regular Plasma Pistol. She has the Blessed Blade, which is 3 attacks, Strength 6, neg 2, 2 damage. And then Chainsword and Power Sword. Power Sword is neg 2, 1 damage, Strength 4. Then she has Lead the Righteous. While this model is leading a unit, each time a model in that unit makes an attack, you can reroll the hit roll. And then once per battle at the start of any phase, this model can use this ability. If it does, till end the phase, it has a 2-up invul. She can give herself a 2-up invul. And once again, we got full rerolls to hit. So looks like Sisters are going to be very consistent hitting. She can join Sister Squads and Sacrosancts. Then we got a Palentine, T3 3 wounds, Bolt Pistol, Plasma Pistol. Palentine Blade is 4 attack, Strength 4, negative 2 damage. Fury of the Righteous, while she's leading a unit, they get lethal hits. That's nice. And each time this model's unit is selected to fight, you can discard 1 Miracle Dice. If you do, then until the end of the phase, each time a melee attack made by this model scores a wound, the target of the attack suffers 1 mortal wound in addition to any normal damage. So every time they score a wound, you can do 1 more. All you gotta do is get rid of 1 Miracle Dice. So if you have some 1s and 2s that you really can't use for anything, just buff these girls up to do mortals. Or buff her squad up to do mortals. And she can join Sisters, Sacrosancts, Dominions, or Novitiate squads. And the mortals, are they just melee? Yeah, they're just melee. Alright. Then we got Junith Eruda, T4 6 wounds, OC2. Got a Twin Ministorum Heavy Flamer, Ignore Cover, Torrent Twin Linked, D6 shots, Strength 6, neg 1 damage. And then the Mace of Castigation, 4 attack, Strength 6, neg 2 damage. She has the Pulpit of St. Holin's Basilica. While this model is leading a unit, each time an attack targets that unit, subtract 1 from the hit. And then Fire Conviction. If this model is on the battlefield at the start of your command phase, you gain 1 CP. Extra CP is always nice. And then making her unit neg 1 to hit. So far, all these characters seem really good. We got the Missionary, who is... forgot to mute my phone. Who is T3 3 wounds. He's got an autogun. He's got a Holy Pistol, which is 3 shots, Strength 4, 1 damage. I'm not sure what's holy about it. Maybe it just gets good shots. Other than that, it just seems like a bolt pistol. Ministorum Shotgun is 2 shots, Strength 4, 1 damage, Assault. A Chainsword Power Sword, or Power Weapon. He's got a Warhammer. While this model is leading a unit, melee weapons equipped by the unit have sustained hits 1. Alright, and then each time this model makes a melee attack, unless this model's unit is battle shocked, you can reroll the hit roll. Alright, so he gets reroll hits for himself unless his unit's battle shocked, and he gives his unit sustained hits. So that seems pretty good. And then we got, he can join Flagellants, Sisters, Crusaders, and a Novitiate. Oh, here we got Celestine. T3 5 wounds. Her girls are T3 2 wounds. They're all OC1. The Ardent Blade, Ignore Cover, Torrent, D6 shot, Strength 6, neg 2, 1 damage. And then in combat, it's Devastating Wounds. 5 attack, Strength 6, neg 3, 2 damage. That's solid. Then Healing Tears. While this unit contains a Celestine model in your command phase, its unit is below its starting strength. 1 destroyed model is returned to this unit. Nice, so they can bring... and that's this unit, so I'm guessing it's just her or her girls. Even though she is a leader, it doesn't look like it would be the unit she's leading, because it specifically says this unit, not when she joins the unit. Although I know there will probably be people who try to game it the other way. But the way this is worded, I believe it just brings back her superior. Then Life Words. While this unit contains 1 or more Gemini superior models, Celestine has 4 up, Feel No Pain. And then Miraculous Intervention. At the first time this unit's Celestine model is destroyed, roll 1d6. At the end of the phase, on a 2-up, set her back up on the battlefield as close as possible was destroyed and not within a engagement range of any unit with its full wounds remaining. Alright, so if Celestine dies, she comes back with her full wounds. It doesn't say she joins the squad. So if somehow she's sniped out of the squad, does she rejoin the squad or does she not? I'm not sure, because it doesn't say it has to be within coherency or anything. Do you get the option of that, or does she just not join the squad? It looks like she just is on her own after that. Maybe they'll give us some clarification on that in some of the designer commentary or something. But other than that, pretty nice. She can join Seraphim and Zephyrim. And then we got the Triumph of St. Catherine, which is T3 18 wounds, OC 6. Has Relic Weapons, which is 18 attacks, Strength 5, neg 2, 1 damage. That's a good amount of attacks. And then at the start of the battle round, select 2 of the abilities in a Relic of the Matriarch section left. Until the start of the next battle round, this model has those abilities. Alright, so there's 6 listed here, and each battle round you get to pick 2 of them at the beginning. So first one is Fiery Heart. Units within 6, if that unit is destroyed, the Miracle Dice you gain is automatically a 6. Alright, that's cool, but you have to lose units to get it. Then the Simulacrum of the Argent Shroud. Wow. Some of their stuff is hard to read. While a friendly sister's units within 6 of this model, add 1 to the attack's characteristics of rapid-fire weapons equipped by models in that unit. Then the Censor of the Sacred Rose. While a friendly units within 6 of this model, improve the leadership by 1. While a friendly units within 6 of this model, they get a 6 of Feel No Pain. The next one is while a friendly sister's units within 6 of this model, they can perform any number of acts of faith per phase instead of only 1. That's really nice. And then while a friendly unit's within 6 of this model, their melee weapons get lethal hits. This Ebon Chalice one, that's awesome. If you got a bunch of Miracle Dice, you can pop them like, say you shoot a bunch of Meltas, they can all do max damage, or you have something that does devastating wounds, they all wound on, like, this one's really nice. You may not use it every turn, but on that key turn with a key unit, that's awesome. And then you can join just a regular sister squad. Oh, she can only join a regular sister squad, so that limits it a little bit. Like if she could join like the squad that took 4 Meltas or something. So that's a little. Oh no, it's a unit within 6, so it's not just her unit. So yeah, that still works on the So that's still really really good. Then the Demonifuge is T3 5 wounds, and then or Ephral Sturm is, and then the Genel of the Bloody Tears is T3 3 wounds. They have Sanctity, which is Anti-Chaos 2, Precision, 4 attack, Strength 6, Neg 2 damage. And then the Outcast weapon is also Precision. It's 6 attack, Strength 4, Neg 1 damage. Fights First, Lone Operative. Fights First is always nice, and they put out 10 attacks from the unit, it looks like, so that's pretty good. Start your shooting phase, select one unit within 12 of, invisible to Ethereal Stern. That unit must take a leadership test, subtracting 2 from the result. If it is Chaos unit, if the test is failed, they take 3 Immortals. Alright, that's fine, especially against Chaos, because they're going to fail it more often. Mysterious Savior, you can target this unit with Heroic Intervention for 0 CP, even if it's already been used. Alright, that's cool. And yes, it's a 2 model unit, can't join anybody. Then we got Battle Sisters. This is your generic battle line unit. T3 1 wound, OC2. Artificer Crafted Stormbolter is rapid fire 2, 2 shots, strength 4, 2 damage. Alright, that's what all the extra words in front of Stormbolter gives you is 2 damage. Then Bolt Pistol, Bolt Gun, Heavy Bolter, Meltagun. Ministorm Flamer is Ignore Cover Torrent. Strength 5, 1 damage, D6 shots. I guess it's just a regular Flamer with +1 strength, but not the AP that a heavy one has. Then their Heavy Flamer, same thing, just gains the strength of a regular Heavy Flamer. Multi-Melta, regular combat weapons. Alright, then they have a Cherub. Once per battle, after this unit has performed an act of faith, you gain 1 Miracle Dice. That's nice, so you use 1 and then immediately gain 1 back. I mean, you don't know what number it's going to be, but you could, throw it away for other stuff. You have stuff to let you reroll them, so that's a really nice ability. And at the end of your command phase, each objective mark you control that has 1 or more units from this army with this ability within range of it, you gain 1 Miracle Dice. Alright, so they give you extra Miracle Dice for just being on objectives, so you probably want to use some of these. And each time this unit is destroyed by the Bearer's unit, you gain 1 Miracle Dice. Alright, so you give them this, they kill a unit, get a Miracle Dice. They're on an objective, you get a Miracle Dice. Once per battle, when they use a Miracle Dice, you just gain another Miracle Dice. Alright, can they be taken in 5-mans? No, they're only 10-man squads, which sucks, because you probably want to... If there are 5-mans, I'd throw a bunch of these in there. 10-man, you probably want to take at least 1, maybe 2. We'll see how pointy they are when stuff comes out, but they definitely have some decent rules here. This is all fairly generic. They do get a couple extra strength and damage on some of their weapons over the normal versions, but nothing like outlandish here, but they really help with your Miracle Dice, which is probably a really good thing, and then you could use them to do like your secondary actions and stuff. I know they're not actions, but they're actions. Then we got the Sisters Noviate Squad, T3 1 wound on all of them, all OC 2. Just the Noviates have 1 worse save and 1 worse leadership. The only different thing here is the Noviate melee weapon is 2 attack, strength 4, 1 damage. They have Impetuous Fervor. Each time a model in this unit makes an attack, reroll a hit roll of 1. If the target of the attack is an enemy unit within range of objective, reroll the hit instead. Alright, and then the banner gives them reroll advance and charge, and the Simulacrum, each time they're destroyed, you gain 1 miracle dice. Oh, each time they destroy a unit. This is the same thing this the other unit had. Alright, so those are nice. You probably, if they're cheap, you just give them to every unit that can take them. Also a 10-man squad. We got Asteroid Third and Agatha Dolan. Sounds like some of my grandma's friends. T3 4 wounds and T3 3 wounds. 2 up save on Astrid and 6 up save on Agatha. Blade of Vigil is 4 attack, strength 5, negative 2 damage, and the Scribe Staff is 3 attack, strength 4, 1 damage. They have the Auto Tapestry of the Emperor's Judgment. While Astrid Thurga is leading a unit, melee weapons gain devastating wounds. And then Recount the Deeds of the Saints. While Agatha is part of the unit, each time the unit performs an act of faith, the result of one of the miracle dice used in the act of faith is first improved by 1 to a maximum of 6. Alright, so she gives +1 to 1 of the miracle dice. That's nice. It'll help you use some of those dice up that aren't great. They've got a few things. You can reroll a few, sacrifice them for stuff, add to them. So that really helps with the efficiency of those miracle dice. They can join Sisters, Sacrosancts, Dominions, or Retributors. And next we got a Magifier. T3 3 wounds. No special weapons. Her abilities are Litanies of Deeds. Each time you gain a miracle dice as the result of a friendly unit being destroyed, if it was destroyed within 12 of this model, you're going to re-roll the result of that miracle dice. Alright, that's helpful. And then Stanchion of Holy Martyrs. While this model is leading a unit, models in the unit have a 4-up invul save. While this model is leading a unit of Sacrosancts, models in that unit have a save characteristic of 2+. Alright, so she gives her unit a 4-up invul, and if they're Sacrosancts, they also get a 2-up save. Well, I'd put her in with Sacrosancts if I can. She'll use Sisters, Sacrosancts, Dominions, and Retributors. She can be attached to a Battle Sister squad even if one Canonist, Palentine, or Junith Aruda has already been attached. We get a Dialogus, which is T3 3 wounds. Has a Dialogus staff, 3 attack, strength 4, 1 damage. She's a Laud Hailer. While this model is leading a unit, that unit can be selected as the target of stratagems even when battle shocked. Alright, that's useful. And then Stirring Rhetoric. While this model is leading a unit, each time this model unit performs an act of faith, the result of one of the miracle dice used in the act of faith is first changed to a 6. See, another thing letting you use up those bad rolls in the miracle dice to just make it a 6. Can join Sisters, Sacrosancts, Dominions, Retributors, and Noviate squad. Then we get a Preacher, T3 3 wounds. Gets a Zealot's Vindicator, ignores cover torrent, d6 shot, strength 5, 1 damage. And then in combat it's 3 attack, strength 5, neg 1, 2 damage. He has Righteous Smiting. While he's leading a unit, each time a model in that unit makes a melee attack, add 1 to the wound roll. And then Zealot, once per battle in the fight phase, this model can use this ability, if it does, until the end of the phase, for the strengths and attacks characteristics of the melee weapon equipped by this model to 2. Alright, so once per battle he can give himself +2 attacks. He can join Flagellants, Crusaders, and Sisters Noviate squads. Then here's the Sacrosancts. T3 1 wound, up to T2 if you attach that, or up to save 2 if you attach that one character to him. Missionary Hand Flamer is just a flamer. That's a pistol. They have Anointed Halberd, which is 2 attack, strength 5, negative 1 damage. Hallowed Mace, which is 2 attack, strength 4, neg 1, 2 damage. And then Spear of the Faithful, which is 3 attack, strength 5, neg 2 damage. Alright, and then Sworn Protectors. While a Canonist, Palentine, or Junith Aruda model is leading this unit, each time attack targets this unit, subtract 1 from the hit roll. That's really nice. There are 5 to 10 models. Then we got a Hospitaler, T3 3 wounds, has a Chirurgeon's Tools, 3 attack, strength 3, 1 damage. Medicus Ministorum. While this model is leading a unit, they get a 5 of Feel No Pain, and then at the end of your movement phase, select one friendly infantry character within 3, and they regain 3 lost wounds. Can only be affected by this once per turn. She can join Sisters, Sacrosancts, Dominions, Retributors, or Noviates, and can be attached even if these people have already been attached. We got a Dogmata, T3 3 wounds. Has a Mace of Righteousness, which is 4 attack, strength 5, neg 1, 2 damage. Executioner of Heretics. While an enemy unit is within 6 of this model, each time a battle shock or leadership test is taken for that unit, subtract 1 from the test, so -1 leadership and battle shock for enemy near her. And while someone is leading a unit, add one to the objective control. Alright, so that's nice. Increasing objective control of your units, affecting enemy battle shocks. That's only 6 inches though, but if you're in combat with stuff, that's useful. She can join Sisters, Sacrosancts, Dominions, and Retributors. Then here's the Paragon Warsuits. These are the ones that Morgan Vol can join. They're T6 4 wounds, OC2. Alright, so Paragon Grenade Launcher, Twin Linked, 1 attack, Strength 9, negative D3 damage. And Paragon Storm Bolters are Rapid Fire 2 Twin Linked, 2 attacks, Strength 4, AP 1 damage. Strength 4, 1 damage, 2 attacks, Rapid Fire 2. I guess the Twin Linked is what they get from being Paragon. Otherwise, it looks just like a Storm Bolter. Then they get the Paragon Warblade, which is 4 attacks, Strength 6, negative 2 damage. And then a Paragon War Mace is 3 attacks, Strength 12, neg 1, 3 damage. Ooh, that's a nice profile. This unit is able to shoot and declare a charge in a turn in which it fell back. Alright, I really like these girls. They get nice little decent shooting, and then they can smack hard in combat. And then if you attach Vol to them, like, alright, now I'm feeling we're going to be seeing that combo. And it's just a 3 model unit. Then we get the Repentia, T3 1 wound. Then the Repentia Respiras, and the Sisters Repentia are also T3 1 wound, but they only have a 7-up save. So unless they have cover, they are not getting a save. They have Neural Whips, or the Anti-Infantry 4. 4 attacks, Strength 3, neg 1, 1 damage. And then a Pentient Eviscerator, 2 attacks, Strength 6, neg 2, 2 damage. They have a 5-up Feel No Pain. Overseer of Redemption. While this unit contains this Repentia Superior, each time a model in this unit makes a melee attack, you can reroll the hit roll, and if this unit made a charge, you can also reroll the wound. So they always reroll hits, and on the charge, they reroll hits and wounds. They got some decent combat weapons. Alright, so that unit's gonna hit fairly hard. They die fairly easily, but if they get in, they're gonna hit very hard. They're 5 to 10 man squads. Then Crusaders, T3 1 wound, 3-up save, just come with a power weapon. And the Spiritual Fortitude. Well, a Missionary or Preacher model is leading this unit. Models unit have a 4-up Feel No Pain against mortals. Alright, that's decent. They seem okay. Then we have Death Cult Assassins. Oh, these girls used to be so good. I used to run a squad of these running a Land Raider back in, like, I don't know, the 5th, 6th. I don't even remember how far back it was, but they used to be really good. So the T3 1 wound. Death Cult Power Blades are precision, so they can target characters. 4 attacks, Strength 4, neg 2, 1 damage. For this little unit, that's decent profile. They have Fight First. That's really nice. Each time on this unit makes an attack that targets a character, reroll wounds of 1. Alright, they seem really useful, especially if you can charge them into a character squad. I can take between 2 and 6. Then we got the Dominion Squad, T3 1 wound. Artificer, Spolt Gun, Melted Gun, Storm Flame. Alright, so we've seen all that. They have a Scout 6-inch move. They have the Cherub, so once per battle, they can do a Faith and gain a Miracle Dice. And they can reroll advance rolls made for this unit. And then they can take that same thing to gain Miracle Dice when they kill a unit. Alright, that seems fine. Then they get a 6-up Invul save. Then they're a 10-man squad. We got next up is the Saffron squad. They're T3 1 wound. They have Inferno Pistol, Mr. Hand Flamer. Alright, nothing special there. They have Angelic Ascent and a shooting phase after the unit has shot. If it's not within engagement range of an enemy unit, it can make a normal move up to 6. If it does, until end of turn, this unit is not eligible to charge. Alright, so they get to make a move after they shoot. That's really nice. Then they're a 5 to 10 man squad. Then we get your Saffron. They're T3 1 wound. Nothing special there. They have Deep Strike. They get Embodied Prophecy. Each time a model in this unit makes a melee attack, if that unit made a charge move this turn, add 1 to the strength of that attack. Alright, +1 strength on the charge. That's always a decent rule. And then if you give them the banner, they can reroll advance and charge rolls. Cool. So we got a lot of these little sister squads. Die fairly easily, but they hit hard. They're probably going to be fairly cheap, so you're just going to be throwing waves of them at people. So there's 5 to 10 models. Then the Retributors. These are the ones I think you want near Vol, so you can hand out the just on the Meltas, the 6s. T3 1 wound. Nothing special there. Twice for battle after this unit performed active phase, you gain 1 miracle dice. So they get to do that twice. That's really nice. Then each time a monolith unit makes a ranged attack, reroll a wound roll of 1. Alright, so reroll 1s to wound on their attacks. It's really solid. That's all the time, right? Yep. Then we get your Mortifiers. They're T6, 5 wounds, OC2. So decent OC on some of the stuff in this book. They got Mortifier Flamers, which are D6, Strength 5, 1 damage. Ignore cover, torrent, heavy, twin linked. It looks the same as the other girl's Flamers, just it's on him, so they gave him the Mortifier name. It's got the Pentium Buzzblade, 4 attack, Strength 10, Neg 3, 2 damage. Pentium Flail, which is 8 attack, Strength 5, Neg 1, 1 damage. Then they have twin versions of each, which just give twin link to them, but the stats, the rest of the stats are the same. 5 up Feel No Pain, Anguish of the Unredeemed. Each time this unit makes a charge move till the end of the phase, they get sustained hits on those charge melee attacks. And then Anchorite Sarcophagus gives them a 3 up save instead of their 4 up. It's a 1 to 2 man unit, or girl unit, whatever they are. Then what is going on with his nipples? We got a Pentium Engine, which is T6, 5 wounds, OC2. It's got Pentium Flamers, which is 2d6 shots, Strength 5, 1 damage, and Twin Linked, so it rerolls to wound. That's a decent profile. Buzzblades, Flail, so those look like they're the exact same as above. Feel No Pain 5 up, Elva declared charge in turn which is advanced. Then we get the Exorcist, T10, 11 wounds, OC3, that's nice. The Exorcist Conflagration Rockets are blast, heavy, ignore cover, indirect fire. 3d6 shots, Strength 5, 1 damage. Then the Exorcist Missile Launcher is heavy, indirect, d6 plus 2, Strength 10, neg 2, d6 damage. Oh, that's a nice profile. And it's indirect. So you're going to be giving them cover, so you're going to be -1 most of the time, but that's a good profile. Heavy Bolter, Hunter Killer Missile, 1 shot, Strength 14, neg 3, d6. Then Mobile Shrine Aura, while friendly Sisters infantry units within 6, they get +1 leadership. Yeah, Exorcist looks really nice. They used to be super strong. We haven't seen them in a while, so hopefully they're good again. Cascaders T10, 11 wounds. Has a Cascader autocannon, which is twin linked rapid fire 4. 4 shots, strength 9, neg 1, 3 damage. And then the Cascader battle cannon, blast, ignore cover. D6 plus 3, strength 10, neg 1, 3 damage. Only neg 1, but ignores cover, so that helps a little. And then we've seen the rest of those weapons already. And then Rites of Castigation. Each time this model makes an attack with its Castigator autocannons that target an enemy infantry unit, you can reroll the hit roll. Each time this model makes an attack with its Castigator battle cannon that targets an enemy monster vehicle unit, can reroll the hit roll. So his autocannon is reroll against infantry, his battle cannon against monsters and vehicle. After he's shot, select one enemy unit that was hit by his autocannons or battle cannon, and they must take a battle shock test. And he comes with the autocannon, and you switch it out for the battle cannon. All right, that's what I thought. For a second there, the way that was worded, I thought maybe he got both, but no, that would have been amazing. But he just gets to pick between the two. Then you get the Sororities Rhino, Hunter Killer, Strength 9. All right, so other than just saying it gains Acts of Faith, then you can put Sisters in it. It's the same as a regular Rhino. We get the Emulator, which is T10, 11 wounds, OC2. Immolation Flamers are Ignore Cover Torrent, 2d6, Strength 6, neg 1, 1 damage. The rest of that same, except just some of them are twin for twin linked. We get Fire Support. In your shooting phase, after this model is shot, select one enemy unit hit by one or more of those attacks. Until the end of the phase, each time a friendly model that disembarked from this transport makes an attack, you can roll the wound roll. Alright, so they shoot an enemy unit, and then after that, anybody who disembarked from them this turn gets to re-roll wounds against that unit. And they can carry 6 infantry models, jump packs, cannot transport jump packs or St. Catherine. At the start of the declared battle formation steps, you can select one Sister Squad, Dominion Squad, or Sister Nova Squad army. If they do, split into 2 units equal. Alright, so you can split a unit of 10 man into 5s and put them in the Emulator. That's a really nice rule. Arco-Flagellants, T3 2 wounds. They have Arco Flails, which are sustained hits 1 twin linked. 4 attacks, strength 5, 1 damage. They have a 4 Feel No Pain. They have Extremist Trigger Word. Each time this unit is selected to fight, you can choose to invoke its Extremist Trigger Word. If you do, till the end of the phase, Arco Flails equipped by models need to have an attack character of 6 and the hazardous ability. Alright, so you can use this. They gain 2 attacks, but you risk losing models to hazardous. They're a 3 to 10 man unit. And that's it. They got some really good stuff in there. Miracle Dice always help with consistency. It looked like there was one character that gave full reroll to wounds and hit, another gave full reroll full reroll hits. And then there was lots of ways to gain extra or regenerate or reroll Miracle Dice. So while Sisters aren't, like, they're on low toughness and low wound, they do have decent saves on most stuff. They'll probably be decently priced, and the dice and the rerolls will really help with their efficiency. So it just hopefully helps with their stuff being more reliable, limiting the dice swings up and down. Limiting the dice swings down. You probably can still get a chance to swing up. So that's looks really good. If I was a Sister player, I'd put them on the table, see what they do. But I think once you get actually some games in with them, I think you would probably be fairly happy. But that's it for now, and I will catch you guys next time.